What is up, guys? This is a long-term review of the Seiko SRP777 dive watch, dubbed the Turtle by fans due to the case being shaped like a turtle shell. So, I've been wearing this watch as part of my rotation for almost 2 years. So what are my thoughts? Does it live up to its expectation and hype? Let's find out. So this is my go-to watch to wear when going on adventures or when I'm expecting the environment to be less than kind to a watch. I've worn this watch on my travels through Alaska, hiking up a glacier, and tracking down whales in the open ocean. It has gone with me while hiking up the mountains of Colorado, has taken the plunge in the hot springs of Iceland during the winter. In fact, it has taken many plunges. It has gone with me swimming and snorkeling in the salty waters of the Caribbean. I've worn this watch while I'm working my cars, doing dishes, or just lounging around watching TV. So this watch has gone with me north of the wall in the freezing cold where the White Walkers roam in Game of Thrones. I've not babied this watch, and why should I? This is a tool watch. This is a dive watch, and although divers no longer depend on dive watches are still supposed to be able to take a beating in any condition. In an era prior to G-Shock, dive watches were the original tough watch. Divers wore them, soldiers wore them, James Bond continues to wear them. Dive watches are still supposed to symbolize tough, rugged watches today. Watches that can take a beating and keep on ticking. No need to worry about water resistance or shocks, they are built tough. This watch has all that. It has a tried and true workhorse of a movement with the in-house caliber 4R36. The caliber 4R36 is a much better movement than the movement found in the popular Seiko diver, the SKX007. This movement has 24 joules, a day date, manual winding, and hacking. So hacking means that when you pull the crown to set the time, the second hand stops moving. This gives you the opportunity to precisely set the time each time. Also, a screw down crown to help with water resistant. Part of me just doesn't trust a watch to be very water resistant without that screw down crown. So what makes this watch so popular? Well, the turtle you see here is a reissue of the vintage turtle made from the mid-1970s to the mid-1980s. Reference number 6306 and 6309. The original is a very popular watch during its time. So popular that you often see them being worn in movies and by celebrities. Ed Harris, Mick Jagger, and Martin Sheen has all been pictured wearing the original turtle. Also, Seiko dive watches are a cult classic. People love them and they love to mod them. Modding is essentially changing parts of the watch. They take part of the watch and replace it with other parts to please the wearer. Not all mods are for aesthetic purposes only. Some even change the complication or the function of the watch. The picture you see here are all originally the same Seiko watch, modded differently. The original turtle is of no exception. Good luck finding an original turtle on eBay that is in its original form. For this reason and being able to personalize the watch, most people fell in love with them. It's like having your very own watch. You can essentially make the watch that no one else has. With the success of other Seiko dive watch, as well as the longing for the original turtle from fans, Seiko reissued the turtle you see here in 2016. It generated a lot of buzz and hype. The reissued turtle came in 3 variations and eventually a 4th variation. So the variation you see here is the SRP777. This closely resembles the original 6306 and the 6309 from the past. And I choose the SRP777 because I like the clean look of the black and white. You got white indicators, white hands on a black matted dial. I think that is super clean and the legibility is amazing. The 777 does come in a black silicone strap. This strap is much nicer than the rubber strap that you see for the entry-level diver. It is a little long, so you have a smaller wrist. Keep that in mind. I'll show you what I mean. So on my wrist, you could see I'm on the 4th hole, so it fits, but it does stick out at the end. So the tip does stick out a little bit. It could annoy you, it may not annoy you. It kind of bugs me, so I don't wear it as much because it does get caught a little bit on doors, sleeves, cuffs, things like that. So I'm not a fan of that. So that's why I prefer to wear a NATO strap rather than the silicone strap. The other variation of the SRP775 that you see here, this one came with a metal bracelet, and the numbers have been replaced from that silver metallic color to this gold color. That gold color also follow for the hands as well as surrounding the white markers on the dial. Then you have the SRP779 that you see here. This one, the only difference is that it has a Pepsi bezel instead of just the regular black bezel in the SRP777. And then the fourth and final variation is the turtle here reissued in collaboration with Patty. This one has kind of the Pepsi bezel as well as the blue dial, and it's actually a sunburst dial that's actually very beautiful when looked at in person. So as I've stated, the legibility on this watch is really good, and that goes for the Loom as well. The Loom on this watch is amazing. Seiko used their own Loom called Lumer. Their Loom is legendary and it is super bright and will last through most of the night. I find that their only rival in terms of Loom brightness would be that from Rolex.
Amazing, this watch looks almost brand new given the abuse it has been through. The sides are polished and you'll have a hard time finding any scratches on it. There are no scratches on the brush portion of the case at the top as well. This is a large watch at 43.4 millimeters by 48 with a height of 14 millimeters. Meaning the original Turtle's large at its time with similar dimensions coming in at 45 millimeters wide, 48 millimeters long, and it was a little shorter at only 13 millimeters instead of the 14 millimeters that we see here. However, it's very comfortable to wear. I think part of that is due to the design of the cushion case, as there is a curve in the case allowing it to hug your wrist. The watch also wears smaller than its dimension because although the case is large, the dial itself is not. And I have a smaller wrist. I have no issue wearing this watch. As you can see, it fits pretty comfortable on my wrist. Not too bad for a case as large as this one. So the height of this watch at 14 millimeters does present some challenges. I banged this a few times while walking through doorways. You will have a hard time pulling this in and out of the cuffs if you're wearing any long sleeve shirt. But I think those are some kind of the minor cons for this watch. So the bezel of the watch does have a good feel to it. It has 120 clicks unidirectionally. I've used this watch to time a lot of things in my daily wear. So it has a good solid feel in the click, as you can probably see and you can probably hear. In my rotation of watches to wear, I find myself reaching for this watch quite often. If I don't wear it for an extended period of time, I do find myself missing it. I have to admit, this watch out of all the watches in my collection probably gets the most wrist time. So MSRP for this watch is set at about 475 USD. Don't pay MSRP for this watch. I got very lucky. I was able to pick this watch up during a sale for under 200 USD during a Black Friday sale at a local brick and mortar retail store. You can easily find this watch for under 350 USD at a reputable store. Make sure the store is reputable and that they accept returns if you can't buy one in person. These watches have been known to have misaligned chapter ring, where the outer rings here, don't match exactly with the indicators there. So they would kind of misalign a little bit. So be careful of that. I've seen this misalignment in person, and it is very noticeable. Link below in the description where you could buy one from a company that is known for their customer service. So therefore, if it's not perfect, you can easily return it back without any issue. So does this watch live up to its hype and expectation during release? Yes. Is this watch worth the money? Very much yes. If you're in the market for an automatic, tough, reliable dive watch for around 300 USD, I would definitely get this watch. If you're deciding between the Seiko SK777, their entry-level watch, any one of the Orient dive watch or this watch, get this watch. You'll not regret it. It is worth the extra money. So let me know what you think of this watch by leaving us a comment below. Smash the like button if you like this video, or if you hate it, hit the dislike button. Let us know your thoughts on the Seiko Turtle. Subscribe for future videos on this channel. Thank you very much, guys.